shit, guys! Fire our shit!
Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to the garage. Today we're taking a good look at another Warhammer 40K vehicle that's coming to BLITZ, the Tier VII TD, the Vindicator. As with the Predator heavy tank in the Warhammer 40K universe, the Vindicator is also based on the Rhino armored personnel carrier chassis of the Space Marines. It has been upgraded with some heavy spaced armor and well-sloped frontal armor, as well as a gigantic 155mm howitzer. Okay, let's get to the big elephant in the room first that everyone's talking about, the armor profile, and more specifically the bulldozer blade on the front. Yes, this is functional spaced armor, as we can see in these models at gamesmodel3d.com. At its thickest, you have 145mm, but the various angles give it an effective thickness of 152mm to 199mm, depending on the location. Very, very effective against HE and heat shells. Now, just to give you hope, there is a rather interesting triangle area on the right-hand side that appears to be only 25mm thick, and even at angle, head-on, seems to only be 27mm of effective armor. Even so, if your AP shell were to penetrate this armor, you would still have to penetrate the 120mm of very well-sloped armor well behind the blade, and at the various angles you may encounter, it could have an effective thickness of up to 199mm. Overall, I think we can say that the front of this vehicle is very well protected and inaccessible to many guns. But another cruelly designed feature is the driver's viewport through the blade, which continues straight through the front armor to the interior of the tank. If you can get a shell through there, you will be rewarded with some great damage, but in the heat of battle, that shot will be the fluke of the century, I think. Looking at the side armor profile, we find that the majority is covered with anywhere from 40 to 70mm of vertical armor, which is much more attractive to vehicles with weaker guns. The rear of the Vindicator has 45mm of armor, and despite the aggressive angling, the majority of the surface averages 48mm of effective armor. Very accessible. Another striking feature is a massive sewer pipe-sized gun, the 155mm Demolisher Mark IV-E, poking through the bulldozer blade spaced armor, and the gun itself is actually encased with 160mm of spaced armor. Firing two flavors of heat ammo, this gun has 137mm of penetration or 225mm. Average damage of these two is 640 and 545 hit points respectively. This gun also has HE ammo available with an average penetration of 80mm and average damage of 900 hit points. That's going to be fun. Problems I might have with this weapon is the predictably low rate of fire at 4.54 rounds per minute, and the 4.59 dispersion rating, and the 4.8 second aiming time. Well, that one's not too bad, but not too good. The non-existent gun depression angle, and what appears to be mediocre traverse angles, which I can only guess at, but I would say 7 degrees either side for a total of 14. Possibly. But hey, this is far better than the KV2 152mm sewer pipe and its horrid specs, and we still love playing that, so there's potential here. Maneuverability of the Vindicator befits its appearance. With a top speed of 30 km per hour, it's not fast, and the 13.12 horsepower per ton power to weight ratio means it's not quick either getting up to speed. Traverse speed of 31 degrees is decent, but hill climbing can be tedious. So, how would I play this tank? Without being able to play in a live serve environment, I can only speculate, but my gut tells me to follow your teammates into battle and provide that massive punch in support of their efforts, much as I would do in a KV2. I think you could hold up the enemy in a narrow choke point situation, knowing they will have a hard time penning your frontal armor and scared to death of getting hit by your cannon. Will make them timid. You need to have your opponent's mobility restricted either by having teammates around you or by terrain, because getting caught out in the open in the Vindicator will most likely end in your premature delivery back to the garage. Well folks, there you have it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. If you really enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments. As well, be sure to visit my social media pages, both on Facebook and Twitter. This is where I post info that, well, not belonging in a video, it's worth taking a look at. I would also like to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. You folks are making a huge difference for me. If you like what I do and enjoy the community all of us humans are building, please consider supporting the mission via my Patreon page. There are quite a few options with varying levels of support. Maybe one of them will suit you. Links to all things in the video description. Alright folks, thanks very much for stopping by and watching. I'll catch you next time.